Hello, parents, and welcome to Open House, fall of 2020. I am Marcus Hood, Coach Marcus Hood. I'm the head boys basketball coach and athletic coordinator here at Marietta High School. And we want to welcome you to this fall 2020 virtual school year. I know things are a little strange right now, but we have a first-class district that has really prepared us and prepared our students as much as we can to make it possible to have a great school year. And so what I want to do is welcome to my class. My information is on this slide here. You have my name up here. Contact information. If you need to get in touch with me, the best way to do so is through email. And the email is located right here on this slide. Phone number as well. You can call this phone number. My extension is 5059. You can leave a message there. Email is the quickest way to get in touch with me. We also have on the Schoology page, you have a message board there that you can reach me as well. So your students are allowed to send a message any way they'd like. I've had students that have already messaged me through email. They've used Schoology. So both ways are effective means of communication to me for the class and anything else. I've also had students that have needed to call during this time. They've called, they've left a message. And so we will get back to you as quick as we can if you have any questions. Again, we want to welcome you to Open House. I'm Coach Marcus Hood, and I will go through the rest of this. My schedule. Here's my schedule. Morning office hours, like every teacher in the building, are from 7:30 to 8:30. Anytime you need to connect, jump on Zoom, send an email, any way you need to do that. Morning office hours are 7:30 to 8:30. My schedule, first block, we have lifetime sports. So if you're in my lifetime sports class, the hours we meet are 9 a.m. to 9:55. And it's important to try to be there on time as much as possible so we can do attendance and get into the activity that we're doing for the day. Second block, we have weight training. That is from 10 a.m. to 10:55. That class is shared with Coach DeWitt, Coach Derek DeWitt, who's the women's coach here. We share that class together. And so during the school day, we're both in there in the weight room working with the kids. And so we also share the same Zoom meeting and Zoom link for that class. Third block is my athletic planning. That is from 11 to 11:55. I'm in charge of all the facilities on this side of the main campus in terms of scheduling gyms or theater, things like not the black box theater, but just facilities on the campus. So that is my planning period for that. Lunch is from 12 to 1 for all teachers during this virtual learning period. And then fourth block is my planning from 1 to 2. Office hours in the afternoon are from 2 to 4:30. However, typically we are coaching later in the day. And so we have coaching duties and responsibilities that we have to be at. And so if you don't get me right away, obviously you can send that email, connect through Schoology, and I will return that message as quickly as possible. Zoom link for class. On the Schoology page, all the students are getting to the Schoology page and finding the link. You will notice down here in the bottom, this is the link right here. We have an arrow pointing towards that. And that is how the students join class every morning. And so there's your link. Right below it, you'll notice on the same page is our virtual lifetime sports syllabus. And so any questions that you may have could possibly be answered in the syllabus. Feel free to open that and to check out the syllabus. I'll hit some highlights later on in this video, which will show you kind of what you need to know, the highlights of that, and to navigate the class. For the next slide here, we've got our class activity log. This is how our students are to log in and actually participate. This is a participation class. And so for this class, they will log in to August activities through this folder here. While we're in August, and we've not had our students have been able to access that and fill out the activity log And so when you click on that folder, so we're in the month of August now. Next month, you'll be in September, and then October. I've got 3 arrows directing you there. When you get there, you open that link, and you will find an activity log link. And I have an arrow pointing that right there. So you'll click on that activity log link, and it'll take you to another form, and I'll show you that in just a second. Basically, you'll complete that form. Your student will complete that form by Sunday, by the Sunday ending that week. And they'll fill out the activities that they've done for the week, and they'll get their credit through that right there. So I'll get to that sheet next, or that form next. But what I want to do is highlight the right above it. You've got Ultimate Frisbee. This week we were covering week 3. We were covering Ultimate Frisbee, and there's a PowerPoint in there that the kids can access, students can access that week. So each week we'll go over a different lifetime sport. Typically we'll go through the instructions and how to, rules of play, etiquette of the play, how to play, and anything specific. We'll go through those things. We did Ultimate Frisbee this week. You'll see here. So it's just a sample that you can see. Now, when you click on the activity log, the form you will come to looks like this. This is the Lifetime Sports Activity Log. So your child, and a lot of the students are navigating this very well. Your child will fill out the date, their full name, and then as you scroll down, you'll see the rest of the activities. Is pretty quick to fill out, pretty simple to fill out. This is a sample of our August 17th through the 23rd week that the students used. And once they finish at the bottom, they hit submit. When they hit submit, that populates to me, and I can see exactly what they've done for the week, and it enables me to give them class participation and credit for the class. So if you have any questions or there's any problems getting to that, you can always email me, contact me. Also, just to let you know as well, we've got technology. So if you're having technology difficulties, and we've had a few students going through those with either hotspot or maybe the laptop broke and they needed something, our school district is providing those things for you. So if there's any questions, we have a tech help website link to go to. And if you're having trouble finding that, please feel free to reach out to me, and I can connect you guys with the exact place you need to go for those needs. We want to make sure that all students get what they need here and that they have a successful virtual learning experience. Syllabus highlights. All right, this class is an elective class. It is not needed for graduation. But let me make sure that you know that for your PE, health and PE credits, you have to have health and personal fitness for graduation. So before you get into this class, it's really important that you make sure that you have personal fitness. You got a credit for personal fitness and a credit for health because those are required for graduation. Oftentimes students will not know that, and they'll skip right through taking a team sports or a lifetime sports or weight training, and they will miss that credit. It's really important that you know that and check your transcript for it. Don't trust somebody else to do that for you. All right, nobody's going to care more about your graduation than you are. So please make sure that you double check your transcript with all classes and make sure you're receiving all the credits you need towards graduation. Okay, we want to make sure your time is well spent here and productive. And then no one gets to their senior year with any surprises in the spring about a class they may be missing for graduation. And we would never want that to hold up a student from walking across the stage. Zoom attendance, it is required. So we need all of our students to log into Zoom, and that's located on the Schoology page, which I went over at the very beginning. And so we also went through Zoom etiquette. We have a list of that in the syllabus. You can refer back to that for any questions on Zoom etiquette. Obviously it's a little strange. So we ask all our students to be muted so we're not all talking over each other. There's a chat box on the side that students can communicate with the teachers privately. If they need a private message just to send, maybe they have a question they don't want to ask in front of everyone else, and they just need a dialogue with the teacher through that. They can do that, or they could speak up to everyone in the chat box, which everyone sees that. And what people find is a lot of times that a question that a student has, more than one has that. So it's really okay. There's no silly questions or no quote unquote questions you shouldn't ask for the most part, unless they're just off topic and off color. We want to keep everything clean in here. We do not accept students into the Zoom meeting unless they have their name, their full name for the class roster. We don't want nicknames. We have to be very, very careful who we let in, because we don't want any surprises. We don't want anything to take place that doesn't need to take place, that would be inappropriate from someone hidden behind a different screen name. So you've got to, your name needs to be on the class roster, and then we need you to use your actual class roster name. This also helps us for attendance, because our Zoom meetings are recorded, our class meetings are recorded, and so it helps us for attendance purposes as well. So make sure you log in with your appropriate name, your school name that you've been given that's on the class roster. Also, grading policy. Grading for this class is 100% participation. There will not be a final exam at the very end of the class, so it's all participation based, and we will track participation through the activity log completion of each student. So again, we can't reiterate enough. We've told our students to make sure you're in the Zoom meetings. That's so important to check in. We've got to get attendance, because attendance counts. It does matter, and we've got to mark that appropriately, as well as your activity log completion. You've got to do those two things. So you got to be in class on time, and you need to complete your activity log for your grade and your participation points. I encourage all of our students to make sure you check Aspen daily. Check Aspen daily to make sure your attendance has been marked appropriately, and then stay on top of your grades. I cannot stress enough how much you need to stay on top of your grades, and check those through Aspen. You know, with this virtual world, things can get lost, and so make sure you're in constant communication with your teacher. And again, I can't tell you enough how important it is to make sure your Aspen attendance is noted correctly, because we want to count you present for the class. Attendance does matter. Weekly activity log. As I stated before, this is located on the Schoology page. I covered a little bit of that earlier. If you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to me in any means of contact through email, phone call, or Schoology messaging, any of that. Just a reminder that your activity logs are due by Sunday of that week. So when A days meet on Monday and Wednesdays, and B days meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So when we start that class, you have all the way until that Sunday to complete your activity log. Make sure you get that done. We will not sit in our Zoom meeting the entire time, because we want to provide our students a window of opportunity to get some of their activities done during that class time. And so we don't want to keep them in the entire meeting going over those things and not provide them any time to get done the activity they need to get done. I do realize, however, they can't go out and play tennis or soccer or do an activity and then be late to their next class. So it's pretty much wide open. So they may have, the rest of the week, wherever they can get their activity in, is very important. We really want to influence our students to be active, especially during this time of COVID-19, where there's so much sitting around, so much quarantine. We want our students to be healthy and active. And when you're healthy and active, you typically will perform better in the classroom as well with your other studies, because you want blood flow and with your brain activity. So I've gone over the activity logs due Sunday of that week. Make sure you fill out the activity log completely. And on your activity log, you will notice there's multiple activities that you can do. We have listed for team sports and life sports a myriad of activities that you can do. However, we have an other box on there. So if there's something that you did that was active and really good exercise, we want you to be able to get credit for that. That may not be listed on there. For example, if you went rock climbing, or went hiking or something like that, and it's not listed on there, just click the other box and then fill in the activity that you did, and we will get you credit for that. All right, coming to the end right here, we want to make sure that you use this QR code to sign in for open house. All right. Two things. We want to make sure that we have marked your presence and not want to give you, we don't give you credit for that, but you know, we marked your presence that, hey, we appreciate you coming to open house. We want to know that. There's some information when you scan this QR code that we would love to get. Make sure we've got updated emails and contact information for you, for your student, and just make sure that if there's any other questions that you have, you can use this to connect with us. So we really, really, really appreciate your attendance for open house. I know this is a little different to get all your teachers on a Zoom meeting. You know, it is where we are right now in this time period of our country, of our world, and so we want to try to be the best we can be for your students, to give them the best experience possible for this virtual learning experience. So, you know, have fun, connect with your teachers, you know, make sure you're proactive with your grades, take care of those, stay on top of those. And at the same time, we want to reiterate that when we closed back in March and schools got shut down, it hit all of us, you know, pretty hard, and so we got caught off guard a little bit with the way things would form with school, and so it was just a different time. Now that we're prepared going into this year, we want you to understand that grades are going to be pretty hard, pretty firm, and so make sure you take care of your stuff, make sure you stay on top of it, and reach out to your teachers, connect with your teachers, and make sure that you're getting what you need. If there's any supplies that you need that you're not able to access, please let us know. We will help you in any way possible to obtain the things that you need for having a successful school year to begin with. We are looking so forward to getting back in person. Hopefully that will be soon. Nobody knows exactly when that's going to be, but we are definitely looking forward to getting back to in person, because there's no better learning than when we're in person together. So let's make the most of it. Thank you so much for attending open house. Again, Coach Markus Hood, head boys basketball coach and athletic coordinator here at the school. You have a good night, and we really appreciate you attending. Thank you very much.